Speak about the Africans. I think we are late to educate ourselves or to meet relevant people to educate ourselves about finance. I think this is what is causing the delay. Why Black people, they don't want to. Actually, this is not about ignorance, but it's all about a lack of information, a lack of education.
Bible ire tšhelete ke seed, but o reke Bible o soka tšhelete, o reke Bible but then tšhelete ke seed. That's number one.
Why do you think they say money is a sin?
It's because of a lot of activities hara in I am mine.
Sure.
Ablana ke tšhelete.
Yeah.
They can hire me to kill you.
Sure.
I can do it for money fela gore le nna ke survive ke kgone go survive.
Sure.
Tšhelete ape ya gore se tšong tšhelete o na le advantages le di-disadvantages.
Yeah.
Yeah. The disadvantages gore o tlo ba rich, everyone ba tlo hlompha, o tlo ba na le seriti. But the disadvantages gore beyond ntho e o e etsang o hlahetseng, then you have killed some. That's why as Blacks, rona as batho ba batsho, re tlo dula re suffer-a bophelong ba rona. It's because of rona ke la proclaim, and le ka Bible ntse re proclaim. Se tjho hantle re la tswallwa CD. Le no ntse se.
Yeah.
Because of you.
Okay.
So, dintho tse ding Bible, that's why ke sa bale Bible.
All right. There's one thing that I just want to mention. Because of we as South Africans, more especially if I can speak about the Africans, I think we are late to educate ourselves or to meet relevant people to educate ourselves about finance. I think this is what is causing the delay. Why Black people, they don't want to. Actually, this is not about ignorance, but it's all about a lack of information, a lack of education. Because if ever people that know about investments, they're hosting webinars and seminars, more especially seminars. They come lana imakasi and then they speak about finance, they speak about investments, they speak about how to monitor and manage a business. I think a lot of people who might be interested in business already they could have been successful, and that will relatively reduce amount of poverty that we have in our caste. What do you think about it?
I can agree on that because of most of our parents bala suppress.
Yeah.
In terms of or basta now by educated.
Sure.
And happy basta like if you have money, we sebedisa jwang in there o khona hore tjhelete o tswalele jwang. So I think our parents ke bona ba cowardly mental.
Okay.
Because at the younger age, you were taught to you must utamelo eskolong. Abo, if you are schooling, it's like education is a key.
Yeah.
Wabo of success. But the problem kore, I don't like I don't reach it. I don't like it. It's why it's
yeah.
It's why I job.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And the I like it with that because of society abona nana ke parent ha e khone o mangwana hore tšhelete e sebediswa jwang e no khona ho etsa tšhelete jwang and ape in a community mo re leng teng as o grow up o bona ntate wa mangwana ka ha no se tšhong tšhelete o etsetsa go ane se tšhong o etsa o proclaim kelelo ya ngwana go se tšhong if ever a bathola tšhelete khona re ka bira surrounding ya rona already celebrate. That's the problem.
To add on what you're speaking, off video, we are speaking about parenting guidance. I think parenting is the most important thing ever, because I think it is the most imperative that you as a parent, not necessarily you can exercise the narrative of saying education is the only way to survive. And I think it's one of the things that kills our communities and our local communities, to be precise. Secondly, I hate the way poor get more poorer and the richer get more richer. Most of white people in South Africa, they are rich. One, people they could say it's because of they support each other. Two, already they have capital to start whatever the business that they want, right? And other people they could say black people, it's hard for them to succeed. Why? Because one, they don't have capital. They are from environment where they don't know anything about money. Yeah. And if ever they get money or they got something called the government grant funding, they've got 100,000, 50,000, maybe from NYDA, we don't know. They chow it off. This is why the current government, if they want to fund you, they're no longer going to give you money, but they give you something called whatever that you need, we're going to buy for you. And then relatively going to be, actually, let me start by saying this. They give you a voucher. They say, here's the voucher, man. You want equipment, you want material. Here's the voucher. Go to Macro, maybe use it from takealot.com. Buy whatever that you want. For instance, if you want to open up an internet cafe, they say, here's the voucher. All the necessary equipment that you need for internet cafe is there on Takealot. Use this Takealot voucher. Maybe it's worth 50,000 to 70,000. Sometimes they say to you, we're going to buy for you. Give us the list of whatever that you need and going to buy for you. And after 1 year, we're going to come and facilitate that you're still operating as you promised us at the time you pitch. Yeah. Sometimes there are factors that makes the business to collapse or to be devastated. One, be aware of who you hire. Stop this thing of nepotism or connection. Secondly, friends to friends. You know me and then you call me, hey boy, you don't want to run this thing. Come on, man. Let's run it. And then therefore, this is your dream. I'm the one going to sabotage you. Either because of jealousy. I don't know, man. Yeah.
And when it comes to money,
Sure.
there are a lot of things it's inside of.
Sure.
That's why in the Bible about it.
Yes.
And ke batla o tlisa ntho ya Bible. What's a Bible? Bible e re tšhelete ke seed. But o reke Bible o soka tšhelete, o reke Bible, but then tšhelete ke seed. That's number one.
Okay.
Tšhelete ke seed. Ha o kgona ho reka Bible eo. Tamo e reke ka tšhelete.
Why do you think they say money is a sin?
It's because of a lot of activities. Hara in I am mine.
Sure.
Ablana kitchelet.
Yeah.
They can hire me to kill you.
Sure.
I can do it for money for relena survey because for no.
Sure.
Chelete ape ya gore se tshong chelete o na le advantages le disadvantages.
Yeah.
Yeah. The disadvantages gore o tlo ba rich everyone ba tlo hlompha ba tlo bana le seriti. But the disadvantages kore beyond ntho eo o e etsang o hlahetseng, then you have killed some. A tseba ditoro tsa ka tseleng. Wa tseba ke re makgomana ka so ga fitlhe mo a fitleng teng a itseng in their lives.
Yeah.
Ba gobile batho ba etsang. Right now as a ngwana a le monyane, ha ke ba sheba tje ke a tjho ke batla ba bona. But ke sa tsebe beyond that base ya bona no etsahetseng. So that's why ba re Bible e re tjhelete ke sebe. E hantle but hape e go. I need money to organize vision.
Yeah, to survive, man. To buy essential needs, you need money.
We need money.
Sure.
Utlwa hape Bible e reng. That's why as blacks, rona as batho ba batsho, re tlo dula re suffer-a bophelong ba rona. It's because of rona ke la proclaim and le ka Bible ntse re proclaim.
Dissemination theory.
Genesis chapter 1. What's a more Genesis chapter 1.
Yeah.
Verse 1.
And the creation of the land, the world, yeah.
Unali more parting earring. God said, let there be light.
Yeah.
And there was light. And you remember something. God, he saw that the light was good. And he separated the light from the darkness. But understand?
Yeah.
So, what about the white? Switch on white, according to a Bible, it's a good thing. Black in trim. So, una switch on and that's all CB. Lino want to see.
Yeah.
Because of you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
didn't you Bible, that's why I say Bible.
Yeah.
I go to church.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian.
Okay. But you don't read the Bible.
I don't read the Bible. Like reading law, being like be sharp. I wanna muta then
Yeah, to fix your soul.
Yeah,
So
exactly. But then Bible Leona, I don't get we buy.
yeah, man, I did. Years ago, I did.
Wabona
Maybe 75% of it, I did read it.
Wabona Renona something in Gahisha.
I can say, amen. This topic of religion and the Bible and Christianity thing is another thing. I think most of 80% of the Bible, I don't agree with it. I disagree, and I agree with 20% of it. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible. They say, actually, there was a man who was going to make a sacrifice of his son, right? And then the time the man started to touch the son just to make, the sacrifice, there was a word appears randomly says, no, I'm just kidding. Here's the sheep. There is, man. There is. This is why I say most of it, I don't agree with it. Okay, I don't agree. And I do not dispute or make or make a challenge with you that, or be against you that if you believe in it, you shouldn't believing in it. No, this is according to you. This is according to how you believe. Okay, because some other people believing in Bible, it's a pleasure on them, and it fixes their soul. Okay. By the way, this is a disclaimer, and this is why I say when we speak about the religion, Bible, the Christianity thing, this is an open discussion. This is not like whatever that you believe is like it. Okay, this is an open discussion. This is you telling me how do you see the Bible, and I tell you how I see it. But if it has never worked out for me, I would say things that I can just feel myself, you know what, this thing is not working for me. If ever it's working for you, then that is for you. See?
Search on under this Bible. hona le ntho tse ngata, and le wena if ever how to share about the bohloko ntho tseo. Let's take it for instance. You can go to church, let me say Soweto.
Yeah.
And then after church, hana motho a tlo fang di-story. Tlamehile o ipone hore o fihla jwang ka. But kopa o ye biri. For example ya biri.
Yeah.
Re nka ya biri re itse.
Yeah.
Na nix biring. Mara ke a o jwetsa re tlo tsamaya moo re nwele re be re thotse transport. Wa itse ba ntho.
Yeah.
So I can understand like what's a line tricky. And then mostly batho ba loyang, mostly batho ba nang pele tsempe ke batho ba tsamayang kereke. Mostly batho ba hlophileng ke ska bua ntho. Most batho ba hlophileng batho ba kereke. Ile bona tshitse tsa apostol.
Yeah.
Hona nkukhulu bona ko lewa.
Yeah.
Ha ba se sebetsa motho ke na re kan dikerese ke na etsa.
Yeah, all the stuff.
Kaofela ba sebetsa.
Yeah.
While kerekeng ya bazalwane kaofela ba sebetsa, wa bona gore there's a phapang. Kaofela ba sebetsa ba thusana. If o sa sebetsa wa batho, if o sa shapa wa batho. So ntho ya kereke ena ya khawat. Nko jetse makgwa a fitla ka mona a entseng. Makgwa a hlalefile. Like ke ba fa le hlomphe ka ntho. Because of bakgwa ba fitlile hina ba etsa at least at TB airport. I'll choose it on Sunday. Do you know that is 16 December? Calendar earring kana the day it's a Tinganis day at Ancient.
Okay.
Why Barry is a Tinganis day? It's because of Tingani blood defeat Maho in that war.
On the 16th of December.
16th December.
Okay.
So letsatsi leo kana ke ba defeata makgowa. But we will celebrate that day. That's why bare 16 December is the Tinganis day. That's why Nina on bona ke hlile ka di 16 December pampitsa ka Tingani. It's because of that day. The Dingan ala defeatang makgowa. So while makgowa a tlisa Bible mona in our country, but on Sunday lona la tsamaya kae kerekeng while bona ba lo tsamaya ba lo etsa practical things that they don't know, or things that
yeah,
that's why rona re tlo dula re le for rest of our life. Man, what do you differ? Like go defend a jwang chile? Upon explain the to and take coupon defend man. What is man?
The concept of money. Man, money is an asset. Money is a valuable asset. Okay. Money it's a medium of exchange. Money is an accounting unit. Okay. If you have money, you buy, and then you get change. Okay. And then you receive your product. This is why I say it's an accounting unit. Remember, back in decades ago, there was something called bartering system. So bartering system, remember, it was all because of the exchange of goods without any use of money. But now money is valuable. This is why businesses take an advantage, because if you have money, you need a product, and you're going to exchange. It's a medium of exchange. Okay. Now, money, why I say money is a valuable asset. If you lose money right now, you cry. You cry, man. You cry. It's hurtful because you know it's valuable. Even if that 50 rand in your pocket, you lose it, it's value. Other than losing a product. And it depends. That product is valuated in how much in money. Laptop is expensive. Okay, it's expensive. You're going to have money to buy a laptop. When it comes to money, I'm going to make many examples, but I'm going to have to take one example. Money, let's say the reason why we open businesses because of money. The reason why we open like tech shops, saloon, teaching online, whatever, it's money. The reason why we go to school, seek out information, education, certificate, money. The reason why you keep applying on your phone, creating CV, because of money. Yeah. I think there is a misconception on how we understand money. Misconception number one could be money should be earned.
Exactly.
You see? But some other people, like we spoke about investment earlier, they take their money and then they invest in something else so that that money can regenerate itself even if you keep sleeping. Okay? They don't work for money. They don't chase money. We black people, we see money as a rat race. We spoke about rat race, right? On the off camera. And a rat race for us as black people, we don't see it. This is why I constantly say salary is a scam. Salary is something that makes you to forget about your dreams. Because if now you have a skill, artificial skill, why don't you use it instead of you applying for general work and like work for other person? So I think we as black people, it depends on how we see money.
Exactly.
It depends. Now, there's an integration between money and the Bible. Okay?
Yeah.
There is a difference between praying for the righteousness and praying to have money. I think it will work out for you if you're praying to be righteous, if you're praying to be protected, to be safe, to live long. I think it will work for you. But don't pray to have more money. Money needs strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But if I protection, like,
Yeah.
okay, I can.
Yeah.
I'll happily chill it.
Yes.
Protection.
Yeah.
Was have like long time. Like,
Sure.
sure. Okay, you for pillar joam. Chile. Yes. Was if you pillar na kwetele, uloja, ulopa.
I get you.
So that's why I believe it's them into our lives with this story. Into it. And
I agree with you, man.
And I happy here the way we understand that thing. Pamela, you can be an engineer.
Sure.
A qualified engineer.
Sure.
Governor Chile.
Sure.
I can give you 100,000 every month to teach you your skill.
Sure.
But think about more better than when.
Yeah.
I mean, now we believe when I could 100,000, 100,000 for your varsity to believe because when possibility get the chili take away. But like let's show people.
All you're saying is you say it's unbalanced.
It's unbalanced.
It's unbalanced.
And you cannot prema.
Yeah.
Or prema. It's a recreate. Or recreate your prema. Secondary. Or a teacher. I could not about some. And a good, but we're educated. Some computer educated now salary you.
Yeah.
In my life. That's some boo. Nothing man can be but bam
yeah.
Of maybe the community imam to apathy a salak to work a salak.
Yeah.
Ya million. I 80,000 yakwa. Just imagine. Mwana unguta as age of 6 years.
Yeah.
Wa moruta hore ngwanaka ena ke 10 rand. If you invest 10 rand, yo go tla 10 rand e jwang. Ngwana wa bona okay.
Yeah.
So if ever you get 10 rand e tlo go tla e le 10 rand. So 10 rand e nka e gutsetsa 10 rand e se le 20 rand. So anka investa jwalo nka bona le tšhelete. O pa jwetsa in age of 6 years. Fitla 10 years tla ba ntse kae. O ka re tlole 10 years. Ha sa fitla o 18 years tla ba sa bana le kae. 18 to 20 something years. Una na ngwaneng wa nka ya sekolo.
I have a disagreement on South African local schools, including universities. There is no school in South Africa that teaches you how to make money. All they say is, this is commerce, this is business, this is accounting, and then they integrate all of them. No, like commerce, physics, science is the other side of science. But let's speak about business.
Okay.
We know that universities out here, we respect them, and shout out to universities. They give us the opportunity to learn, okay, so that when you already have received your own certificate of business studies, MBA, business management, public relations, public administration, like all of this different faculties. There is no topic that teaches you how to make money. In other countries, I can debate in that. In other countries, you go to India, many schools in India, there is a school of business that teaches you how to make money through business. In America, most of Americans, they take out their children from school to homeschool them because they want to teach them how to make money and how to run a business. Even if you are at home, they teach their children how to make money. And I have a disagreement on our education. They need your child to go to school 7 o'clock. Your daughter is in class, or your son. Throughout 14 o'clock, which is 2 p.m. Each and every day, what your child is learning there? Nothing. Yeah, man. But then in an educational space, let's speak about academics. They've created something called a lesson plan. They've created something called DBE, where they give their our children DBE to draw whatever they trace. They make multiplications, but then it comes grade 12, 24 multiplied by 6. They don't know. That thing is called the Trachtenberg system. So in America, most of the Americans, they teach their children how to calculate mentally, which is called Trachtenberg system. So Trachtenberg system, it teaches you how to think fast. This is why most of the schools in America, they include subjects like chess subject, to train your mind, to enhance your mind, to think, to speak well, to think about money, how to strategize, But in South Africa, I'm sorry to say this, but there's nothing like that. And this is why they say, if you open up a business and then you lack strategists, come to the program to teach you how to be strategizing. But while you have degree in uniform university, you have a degree, but they say there's a program, another one, another school.
You might just imagine.
I'm sorry to say this once again, but Indians, they take their learners, their children, to school, okay? Then once they're in their 4th year, 5th year, they take them out. Or even if they're in school, after school, a child goes to their family's businesses. They see how the business runs, how their fathers, their parents, how they manage business, how to audit the books, financial books, how to be a leader in business. The time the father deceased or pass, a child knows how to run the business already. And they are from school. And they edit and modify it. And they make it special. More than their father. Because they are literally from school. You see, if you go to the university's premises, most of the people that are in university are black people. You can see in India, but it's rare, man. One India there and there. And the wise people. Why? They are not in universities. Because they teaches them traditionally so how to run businesses. Not to go to school and consume like theory. What is that, man?
And again, think what's out there, how to make money. So I could see me, them know it's a handling of a country or our next generation. It's like a bit sharp or like bahono gaming because of I don't know like sometimes that's why I like Kimang Dr. Zos from the EFA.
Yeah.
That kwe inali in a video I now I was born to fight a poverty.
Okay.
About a poverty. A poverty is in your mind.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Your mind is your poverty.
Yeah.
So the guy for Nanga Bankamfa is space. Man Palamit or not see I'll rule something over and cover president. Effects are
We sit in close.
I am not yet. Yanim not. Such a
Yeah.
just imagine mutu asabalam about ubajlingly.
Yes.
And I thought it was stealing. I thought it was talking, spelwaja, boo cow. But do so municipality.
Yeah.
When nobody legal now.
Yeah.
Who think a company ki manage. When nobody lena but who get it school standard. Our country.
Yeah. We going back to something called parent guidance.
Okay, sure.
Okay. You as a parent, how you see things. Okay. Remember during the apartheid era in South Africa, white people, they used to oppress and be racist in black people, right? We all know that. If a white person see a poor child, black child from home, hanging around, not going to school, they beat you, man. They beat a child. And they literally ask you, why are you not in school? If you are hanging around as an older person or just a normal person at the age of 21 upwards, they'd ask you, why are you not at work? Why are you not working? Why? And I think most of the people, they love to say, we love the apartheid era. And we wish apartheid era could happen from 2024. Because this political leaders, stupid puppets, they are just leading us and busy chewing off money.
Which is so
yeah.
So which is true because in apartheid everyone was working.
Sure.
Everyone. If udalinchebe kana
yeah.
Ishapu kanchi.
Yeah.
Nuna order. But then it the problem go. And what's up?
And most important, corruption. It was less corruption.
Less.
Yeah.
Do you know as a black and also actually land be now fun how about to
okay. Meaning they were limiting you in terms of consuming alcohol.
Exactly. Because of bad table. One is blacks. I'm sorry to say this, ne, but re dintšha. Ke mo re tshwere parlamenteng re etsang. Re ja tšhelete, re nahanela family tsa rona, ga nahanele batho out there. Ho na le batho ba educated. Opa o shebe, okay, a ke hanine Mandela e ne le must hore a introduce makgowa in our life.
Yeah.
So that a tlo kgona makgowa a kgone ho booster South Africa e be mo e le teng. Antho cheka ko Zimbabwe. Mugabe ntho e entseng Zimbabwe. O tshebekile kaofela go ka makgowa o etsalang ka economy ya mo. In terms of okay, KFC ke makgowa.
Yes.
Instead of Chelsea e fit e batla ho bona hore ana ba nka kgona ho etsa deal le rona na. For instance, if ever rona re na le makgowa ba bona o na le makgowa rona le batho ba yeso ba tla mo. That's why country ya rona re na le bo KFC, Jojo, Mr. Price is because of makgowa. I'll at least understand that. Or do you know big country? There's this country, let me see, Swazini. I like KFC.
You know, Mr. Dingan. You know why other countries? Let me start here, man. There's something called privatization. Ne? All the SOEs, state-owned enterprise, that privatized. Eskom is privatized. Okay. And any other SOEs, enterprises, they are privatized in South Africa. This is why it's so hard for you to invest on a particular retail store, because they are privatized. And for you to invest, you're going to have more money to invest more. You, as a normal person earning a salary, you won't be able to invest. This is abnormal. You, as a teacher, you teaching what? Business studies, metric, or grade 12 level. But you know how to invest. But you don't want to execute. You don't want to do it. Why is that? And I think the government, for them to privatize all things, we don't even have a state bank. We have banks outside. FNB coming outside, Standard Bank, even Capitec Bank. Shout out to Petrus Motsepe, started Time Bank. But already the guy has already capitalized a lot of money from mining. You see, this is why he has I don't think it's a privilege, but it's a capitalist person. So they privatize things for their own gain, not for people. You understand? And there was a clip, it's just a very small clip of Julius Malema. He once said that, how do you take a business person and then land the business person to a position of being a president? Already that person is thinking about money.
Yeah.
Politics in business, there are two different things. You understand? So already the guy is a billionaire, not a billionaire. You take that person, put it there as a billionaire to run a country. A business person. Already he's thinking about what? Capitalism.
Obvious.
Okay. Are you aware that BMW is available in South Africa?
Yeah,
BMW and is privatized. And is basically selling their own cars to the top elite. Not even necessarily, but you can afford BMW only because if you have a salary, right? You can buy M4, you can buy M3 sometimes, as a lawyer, not as a teacher, as a lawyer, as a doctor, second hand, yeah. Only if you are dropout, then you can buy because you're investing more into your own business. I hate privatization. I hate it because this is why richer get more richer. Because of what? sometimes me as a child, and I have a father who is a top elite, are sitting there in Cape Town or in Sandton. Already, my father has money. And it's easy for me to make it in life because my father is going to invest in me. If I want to start a business, any business, my father can easily lend me money. Easily.
That's why in China, bana ba teng.
Yeah.
Ha o qala o kena TikTok like in Google, o qala o search on videos.
Yeah.
How you?
Yeah, because they have restricted the website.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rona ka mong ngwana 13 years or 6 years, ha qala kena a porn. Aya ka mana re videos. I tell you that di le jwang. Since nana ngwano, since ba tla o etsa ntho e a e boneng porn.
Start to develop.
Exactly. Ha etsa o hlangwana.
This is why we have early stages of adolescent stage.
Exactly. That's all
you need to catch up.
That's all ngwana 16 years old you talk about the hal. 16 years old.
Yeah, that's something else.
16. So imagine if ever le bana le tsa ngwana. Le tlo support ka eng, le invest le ka mo. O tlo gola ka eng. So le qedile ngwana o fa. That's why bo Patrick pale mobile game.
Yeah.
If you can go and research about Patrick Motsepe. Or more anything because there's someone only stealing and better.
Yeah.
Who just me.
Yeah.
I can say because but I know can research. There's someone maybe that do high, maybe grandfather high, una the business or on it. And then Ankamo I miss that. That's why when I'm a are successfully by number one in their lives.
Yeah.
So banka mo won't that ba wona ba facilitating.
Yeah.
By itself.
Yeah.
Porn. Don't we ebulan country on porn.
Yeah.
She was South Africa. And our government in Anilayo Nafil having Anilo.
Yeah.
And just imagine Banana 15 years are pregnant.
Yeah.
Manua Hula, Uto Bulela ish. Of course. The government secretary.
So you think porn is devastating our economy as a whole?
Exactly.
That's what you think. And that's what you can say that this is why we have a teenage pregnancy.
Exactly.
One, and teenage pregnancy leads to maintaining a child. Maintaining a child is so expensive. Very, very expensive, man. And thirdly, if you committing and spending a lot of time as a young child, maintaining your child, as a young child, yes, maintaining your child.
Imagine.
The more you're going to focus on your child, the less are you going to focus about your dreams.
Exactly.
On top of that, already you pursue something called unemployment. Unemployment pursue poverty.
Exactly.
And the more you grow, the more you realize that it's late for me to go back to school to uniform.
That's why na kids away.
Yeah.
About feature the dreams in Sabo.
Yes.
About the thought for away. So you can learn Zabona diary. No, Sikipilla Mana and now pillow back up feet.
Yeah.
Just imagine it. To just something open here.
Yeah.
Like personally me.
Okay.
Disability, ke tsa majita jwang majita ka asli wa tseba ga kopana e ba fete tlo boding China kala e pon ke le dom ke le vision.
Yeah.
So majita experience in applicable visionity ba bona.
Yeah.
Nantse ke le dom and the day ntse ke le dom ka teng.
Yeah.
Mo ntse ke le dom ka teng. Ntse bona man ninka khona ho focus la shinya.
Yeah.
Wa khona mna fitu. Emana ngwana ka fita never mshebe ka mogao.
Yeah.
Because of how it's been to at the tea leadership point. In a better experience and to it take a applicable vision back.
Sure.
Just I mean. ka qala ka nana different.
Yeah.
On your coward. Haholo. Haholo. And hape there are some such the government there is a lot to try in terms of like what in about what currency.
But still, man, if you propose the government should restrict most of the websites that are circulating around our economy in South Africa, still there's something called a VPN.
VPN.
Yeah, these children, man, they are so wise, man. They use VPN as like they are in England or USA or even London. I don't know. Like they are literally in here with their own laptop or their phone. They install the VPN and then they just say connect, and then they allow. Now they allow. Secondly, the government is aware that actually the government is aware of different kinds of economic issues that are circulating. Now we are encountering a lot of murders, assassination each and every day. You open up ETV or even SABC. What are you watching? Bad news, rape, you name them, crime, man. In general, like crime, like robbery, anything else. I think that all of those things is because of people, they don't know what to do. On top of that, I think that if you don't know what you need to do in life, you commit crime. You are more devoted on crime because you don't know what to do. How the hell you become a graduate from university? You have a degree, you have masters, you have honors, but there is no work to be provided for you in this country. Yet, if you have a child, you take your child to the local school where your child is going to pass all of that route that you passed. You have a degree right now. And what are you thinking about your child? In the next 10 years, 2034, what is going to happen?
18 years.
So I think this country is not emerging, it's not developing, but is over destroyed. And it will come to a point whereby most of the international businesses, they are disinvesting and they go back to their international countries.
Exactly.
Because they see there's no money here. People are not working. They can't afford our goods and services that you are selling to them.
Exactly. Because of, we get escort and trades around and low shady.
Yeah.
And it's not like because of when we learn that thing, low shady. Check out Jacob Zuma.
MK leader.
Yeah. Jacob Zuma ajano izile chelete. And I've not proof. Mabago izile chelete. Kapela kana ma try we izile chelete. I wish izile chelete, but then in God wants something studying thing. It's sharp.
Okay.
Number one, who breaks? And the breaks here. The talent is a part. Such a wahona on business out we hashia.
Yeah.
We'll put a business out hashi. Utoleshele. Kabitola breaks. Maponisa on. Let me so baleti bo China. Maponisa on since I sent China. Military stretch. Nabaiti Zaramona South Africa. Ili China, Russia, and South Africa. You see?
Yeah.
For one also sonally. And the upper Ugabarin, Putin, Ayahuzuma, Sichong, na, go it is a Galate scientist. When I didn't share king, he didn't say king panels, or Hone, which were electric by the share panel.
Wow.
So drinking it's a lava thing. It's still saying that re tla fihla kgona o tshwara electric. But it's dangerous ka hore nka bomb. Nka feta this whole how think of an nka iphetha. Yona bokotsi ba
Okay, the disadvantage of having a nuclear in the country.
in the country. But bona no cool ya fela lo. Jwa tjhelete e
Remember, when we speak about electricity is being produced from coal. Ne?
Yeah, from coal.
Remember the time we were having a load shedding in South Africa? South Africa was having a load shedding while they are exporting coal to other countries. It's abnormal. Ne?
It's abnormal.
Meaning this thing is deliberately and intentionally so.
And that's ratel.
Yeah.
Ratel. Just imagine what's a Kiona to Mr. Losing a way. That's like it. I love that guy.
And you love him. This is the second time you mentioning it.
Lucy, yani is chunky active. I'll get a little feel like you like well enough. We're going to change them too. I can feel it. But I'm to are it's abnormal or chicken cordia hona and then Brisa can't out the water fix it up with your ring with the
Manufacturing. Yeah, manufacturing.
One spoons is what China.
Yeah, man.
But
Almost everything.
China. And China, but wow, keep it was about
we going back to privatization because going back to the elite. If the elite they are investing more from other countries, businesses from other countries, they're earning in dollars. They don't want to invest in your company because they know this country is poor. Number one, the value of the currency is poor. The inflation, see the inflation. What about the interest rate? The Reserve Bank is like rapidly increasing the interest rate, and it's fluctuating, man. It's fluctuating a lot.
What's about unanimo USA or Tamila he created the Kuzao and Tamila reke the hope from the boy.
Chickens?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So
because we have chickens in South Africa, and we have this thing that like steroids for chickens to grow and grow faster. Mm-hmm. What do they mean? Because we have our own steroids, even if they import steroid, but we can just make a syringe and the chicken can grow faster.
Amela, USA are juice. Or chicken.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's to be said chickens alone. Hey, chicken from Popona.
How long it takes the goods to be imported from the United States to South Africa? How long? Are you saying that those chickens will be maintained?
Yeah, I can only with the fridge to say your I say or honest chicken mona casta Kenya shabu how ka fridging.
And this is why this thing this not tasty.
Exactly.
The whole man. Always about nudge is not like tasting much greater than
we are near Latin shopong.
Latin shopong is like tasteless.
Where a shapu yone with sabani. Yana shopong yan. Since in the chemicals body go on having a kawa towel. And if it is an alto on to that's why Peter Dr. Lucy. That guy finishing.
Okay, guys, this video is all about Mr. Ndlozi. Mr. Ndlozi, you will be blessed and given an opportunity from the words of this guy. So you will be the president. Maybe Julius Malema will be the deputy president. I don't know. Because this guy is not promoting Julius Malema, he's promoting Dr. Ndlozi.
Julius Malema, Lanka, Dulaka,
it's because Dr. Ndlozi is from Val, ne?
Nah, it's not because of the point. Fact.
All right.
What are the fake?
Okay, no, I get you.
Yeah, the fake them to Reno Honor, one fake them to. What I'm to other? And I go boss side up.
Yeah.
Okay. Opponents ba tseba batho ba hopang South Africa.
Yeah.
Even if in these chambers, batho ba utswa. Even in these chambers, ba utswa. In government, they know them.
Yeah.
Ba etsang ka ntho. South Africa is very corrupt. Rax, when you're being, Scott talking venemo police. Police.
Disclaimer. This is allegedly. I don't know. He literally saw that, but then Mr. Ndingane, this is so serious problem, man. You are mentioning a serious problem.
It's a serious problem.
In that way, we don't have policemen, we don't have officials, we don't have even the representatives in a senior phase.
Mamela, if you have money, you got everything. When I can beat you, be a quarter, loan service.
Yeah.
Check, lebala like she says, lebala. In America, guess we born Russia, guess we born into the.
Those are the most strongest countries ever.
Exactly.
And USA is the most predominant country.
Exactly. Why are we such an order? I'm from the military street.
Yeah.
In the military. You need about to military. Look at them just like being a gym checker or minister on defense.
Magogo ban.
Gila tia mam too.
Yeah. Magogo.
What's about the military? You are to into.
Yeah.
Do you see one of the corrupt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I have a question for you. There is no answer that is incorrect.
Okay.
Try your best to answer it. Ne? Right now, we see that our country is going down. Okay, and most of the time is deliberately and intentionally being destroyed by our political leaders. We have Department of Finance. There's a corruption. Finance. There's a corruption. Sales. There's a corruption. NSFAS. There's a corruption. Student allowance. There's a Department of Home Affairs. There's a corruption. Most of the illegal immigrants are being given passports. Not even passport, what's this? An identity documents to be fully. Remember, do you know the story of Chidima Adencina? Okay, you don't. Okay, I'm recommending you to check it out. Ne? We have Department of Army. We have Department of Education. There's a corruption. There's a Department of Health. There's a corruption. I think when I invite you on the second time, we're going to speak about Department of Health. Why COVID-19 is here. Why tenders, mask tenders, sanitizer tenders. I think most of the political leaders, they've capitalized a lot of money in terms of issuing out tenders. Millions of rands. Okay. There are many departments, and most of the departments in South Africa, they encounter corruptions. I'm not saying all people in the department are corrupt, but most of them, they are corrupt. And the concept of tenders, most of our roads, public sanitation, anything, they fix it, but they don't complete the job because of money embezzlement.
Okay.
It is so hurtful and confusing. If you invest in a country, invest in new generation. If you have money to invest in your own property, like to build, like and extend your own property, like to build a new room there, bedroom, you invest. Because the time you die, who's holding up the children? You see, this is an investment. And if ever you invest in a country, the more infrastructure you invest, you fix infrastructures, you fix everything economically. I think if we do have government facilities where after school, children, they train chess, they train netball, basketball, it's improvement. Actually, it's economic improvement and social improvement. Ne? The more we invest more on our children, the more crime they're being reduced. The more we have more skilled people, because how do you discover that you have a skill in soccer? Where else here in Val, there are no stadiums, there are no grounds, there is no government facilities. Saturday, our children on Saturday, what are they doing? Some of them, they go to just to swim over the beach, just to swim, and therefore they drown, they die. Because of what? The government is not investing on certain facilities. Those people that are dying, or those children that are dying, they have a skill in something. How about the government can invest in infrastructure? Therefore, it pays back in terms of those people. They earn a lot from soccer, from chess, from artificial art, a poetry, like they can be trained each and every day. Therefore, after 10 years or even 5 years, the more money they earn, they get taxed. Now the money is coming back. You get it? They get taxed, and therefore they can be able to live. And even you can even support black communities, because black communities, if ever they start a tech shop, you don't support them. You go into big retailers, big reputable retailers like ShopRite, Pick and Pay. You see, I think once again, it's time for us to start in supporting black communities' businesses. You see, instead of going to like foreign international businesses that are embedding themselves in a country, I think you need to support Mamfuking, who is sewing the t-shirts,
Yeah.
Even this t-shirt name, I printed from a black person here in Vereeniging, So I think it's time for us to invest into our own. Building a stadium in Val is not a lose. Yes, it's a lot of money, but it's going to train who? Our future generation. You get me? And look at the private schools. Private schools, they invest more in sports. You know that?
Yeah.
Lesser in academics.
Yeah.
Because they know most of the children, they love sports. Sports already, it contributes back into what? In enhancing your mental thinking. Because the more you train, the more you cope in class. You get me? The more you are confident.
The blood vessels.
Everything, man.
Yeah.
Everything.
Let me tell you, Abo. So, Chong, if you come, okay, ki dula ko Vale, so the ki dula ko Vale, ki do well as of course.
Yeah, man.
Because
You're stubborn. Val. Yeah.
If umpata Val,
Sure.
like let me see, I get that one was gonna repeat with premiership, Zalang again. If you back at Val, talent,
Yeah, man, a lot, man.
talent.
I agree with you a lot.
Okay. Okay. On a kilo bukhilang fuki.
Oh yeah, from Shackville. Yeah.
Fucking consider more stadiums in a sa UK mo.
Shout out to you, man.
Apo we. Let's call our like kinsibi.
Yeah.
Fucking Masego. Nele la sanda usu Masego.
Tapelo Masego. Yeah.
Yeah, kinsibi. Libatina that mamela. Fucking otla juzan me.
Yeah.
But ajalan libona. That type nabalum na tum feet. But it's because of somehow I blame our parent.
Okay.
The parent is a honest nasa.
Sure.
Ilabona mahua haba isang wana bo sport.
Yeah.
Go, my son.
They literally support them.
Exactly.
Support their children.
Yeah, and immediately when I had a ball, Hasha Mwahao, Ubona also support the G, but impress a Mwahao. Or what I'm with but I want someone.
The more you're going to be an expert.
Exactly. Shebang Fuking, that when I had a labo.
Which Mufuking?
La high, but then unal tibala azala ni king Amazon score ako ha golden win master jam. Tinga ti tamala la mfuki.
Okay, tina. Sure.
So imagine ha bona oh ntwana ka ena le talent, I'm supporter financially, being there, wabo we get mfukeng o ka eno mfukeng ke boss yama 2000 captain yama 2000 kaji because of parent wabo. So ke bona hantle hore like tlamehile ba invest more happy in sport because of ha re le batho re tshwana. You can be good like academically, but then as now, honestly, a sick about sa itsebeng in diagnosis. Is diagnosis.
Yeah.
More like Albert Einstein, CTA, which means Albert Einstein from the Albert.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein, una strong, una sa kgone ho bua like as ngwana kgone ho bua nana at the age of 10 years old how kgone ho bua.
He was like stuttering or like completely.
Na sa tsebe una struggle lo bala na struggle
Or was stuttering.
yeah na struggle. But
was it because of mental thinking?
No, that's sick.
A sickness.
Yeah.
Diagnosis.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also if ever on a CQ or like low or I never will be sharp.
Despite the guy was so smart. Yeah, that's a good example.
That's a good example. Oh. So banaba paya na bunchunyana tse jwalo and ha ba care.
Yeah.
When I was primary in Chatala, the research of Udo mom to demotivate get your paper and that shop. But if ever our education offer a special attention but to Baba share about renting it like what's that something. Doctor as we speak, as we speak. That's why I fancy ba focus a whole on sport and you're on school, but it's sport and school. I wonder if ever you can fix those two things.
Yeah,
so our country can be a better country. Like you can have a shop.
Yeah. Then, yeah, our country, I think, is being sabotaged.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the mineral resources right now. How can we take mineral resources and export them to other countries to be reproduced, and then we buy them back as rings, earrings, necklace, Instead of we build our own industries that can extract those mineral resources, produce them, and sell. You get me? Do you know in England?
England die.
In England, yeah, man. I have many examples. I have many examples if I can speak about England. There was a queen, even Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth was a very strongest person. And she was rich, man. And when we say rich, we're not saying money. We say gold. Gold. What do you call that in English? So it's gold. Like all of it. It's gold. Man, the rim, gold. You see, the structure, all of the ions, it's gold. Gold that is coming from African continent. See? And they were looting. It's not like they bought it in African continent. They were looting. Okay? This thing of looting our mineral resources started decades ago, man. Like years and years and years ago. So, my question that I was presupposed to ask you was as long as this country is dilapidating, or going down like this. How do you view or see South Africa in the next coming 5 years? Now, consider the unemployment, consider our education. Even though you go to varsity, you come back, you are unemployed for the next 10 years. Consider our health system. You sick and then you don't get special attention. They see you after an hour sleeping there on the couch. Consider our finance, our corruption, money embezzlement. Consider the mineral resources that were looted by the white people. And we as blacks, if we try to open our minds, it's illegal mining. Consider all of those things. How do you see South Africa in the next 5 years to 10 years?
There will be vandalism. But you are happy. But you are help.
They're angry now.
Yeah. Well, what's why in government to know I understand.
Yeah.
Haksa ka motho ba 1990 something, 18 something. Mandela, what we are talking about the new generation.
Sure.
If you can ask him or her, what is Mandela? Who's close? Him Mandela.
Yeah.
Do you know Mandela? Do you know Mandela?
Yeah. I know him.
You know him.
Yeah.
The next child uzombuzanga Mandela. But what's up?
Meaning, what are you going to say about Mandela?
Yeah.
What he has done?
One.
Most of our, I'm sorry to say this, ne? Now I'm going back to our education. Most of our books or textbooks in South African context, textbooks, we have history, man. Yeah. And all we portray, Nelson Mandela is a very nice person, man. He's portraying very nice character, old character. And you as a parent, if you tell your child who is Nelson Mandela, obviously, according to our history and our textbooks, even you as a teacher, you're going to say to a class, hey class, Nelson Mandela fought for us. We have a liberated, this is our democracy. You know, all of those things. You're going to say all of those things. But I can dispute. I have a challenge. But I don't want to say it right now. Maybe on our next interview. Ne? Nelson Mandela, I think that this is according to as my own theory. Ne? This is not something that I read or saw from other people's podcasts. I think Nelson Mandela, already he has partnered with white people. And I don't believe the 27 years imprisonment of Nelson Mandela. And from Ireland, he was incarcerated from Ireland. And he was having a very dedicated room, a special room for him. Imagine if you are arrested in Ireland, man. Can you survive in Ireland? Ireland, the atmosphere of Ireland is different.
What about?
Like it's different. Everything, like winter is worse. It's different, man. I know it's a cool country, but each and every island, man, it's not a country where you can live. Yes, you can take a vacation, you see, but it's not a country that you can just live in there, you know. I don't believe it. But yet our history tells us that.
Look what you say about Mandela before he answer her question. Yeah. Mandela will tell a group of people. Like my movie Africa.
Sure.
And then Mandela ka ba fetwa tsa ke nna da ba face ya lona. Majita dumellano ga wa tsa ke wena ba face ona re tla lwana. Mo fatshe.
Yeah.
And then Mandela ha fita kwa jele kwa. Mandela no ba kala ba metsa. Ametsachi. Amjuta. Aita. Mandela ha sa khuta Mandela. I'm sorry to say this, but he was a clone. Wow, pala di stories dan tumpane ka mona. Isili ka mona.
They clone the person.
Tumpane ka mona.
Impersonation.
Ah, ka jit.
Yeah.
Tumpane ka mona. Isi khuta sil ka mona tum. Swa santa tima diba wa siwa ni sil jwang.
Yeah.
Says change channel. We started with
Yeah.
and then
He was constantly speaking Xhosa.
exactly.
Most of the 80% it was Xhosa person.
Exactly.
But when he came back, he speak English.
But wow, they start to hate Mandela. But just a Melanie Catson. Go how do you do it? And the Mandela back then, in a match. Hello, to appeal and to South Africa.
But let's go back to how you view South Africa in the next 5 years, because we know Nelson Mandela is part of the people that sold the country. Include because after Nelson Mandela was Thabo Mbeki, and then after Thabo Mbeki was
Zuma.
No, Kgalema Motlanthe. Then Kgalema Motlanthe was the president for 2 minutes, and then this position is so hot, and then he just sway himself out of it, and then Zuma. Okay, and then Zuma, we are crying about many things, about Guptas, about Nkandla, and then Cyril Ramaphosa now, COVID-19, Eskom, load shedding, and a lot of poverty. It's happening in the country, and including the firms. Firms are going out of the country. Most of the people, they don't get retired; they get retrenched. You see, because of a lack of a currency valuation and any other reasons. How do you see South Africa? I just want for you to deviate more on it. Let's unpack on how we're going to see South Africa in the next 5 years to 10 years. Because South Africa right now in 2024, I feel like people that are failing South Africa is the political leaders.
Yeah.
Because politics dictates future, man. That's what I can say. Politics dictates future. If you make a law or a policy, you amend a certain law in health, it changes how to run health. This is why I say it's dictating our future. You make there was a policy called a Bella Bill in the education space. Our children now will be taught in our African languages. Now they exclude English. All of that story, man. And how do we see South Africa, man, in the next 5 years? Take a stage.
Firstly, you say there will be a vandalization.
Yeah.
Youth honorable on that day, the 90s, 80s.
Yeah.
Balwanela education. Also, when a youth, it's a village. People start fighting. Country it was never been an order. But Vila Baba Bulayan, he took whichever government have fixed it into.
Yeah.
Pela batho ba hungry. Get so strata se kon fela re se bitse kon se. Le tlo ka ba mo. Ha fita tli ba lo ba ropa obvious. Re batla dijo bana ba rona ba.
Like robbery.
Yeah, roba.
Yeah.
Men
House breaking. Yeah.
Nka tsa go ntse jwa. That's why ke re country bona never been a
What is the problem? What made us to be there? Maybe for you speaking, there's someone out there who's watching, and he or she got the power to say something and can be heard in the parliament, and they can change the narrative.
Problem make it the way our government is planning to took a thing.
Yeah.
For us.
Okay.
For South Africans. Ekalamu a planning to join. And before Fitamu, the seller called the chola child, the child there. Yeah, I know Chile. South African and Chile.
Yeah, they do have.
In Chile, do I invest? About you are talking out in go out. Miss.
Sorry?
Miss.
Okay, yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo. But can you believe what you about? One about guy in life because of government data. It support them more in such a little nada. Who sports so that sports is gonna ba patala back. One tool. So mona South Africa, like into the sabotage. I can jwang. That someone there's a voice, the parliament, but there's a voice.
I think let's speak about ANC. ANC. I'm not in politics, but let's just touch it. ANC has different members, representatives, a deputy, and the president. Then there is a parliamentary section where we speak about like good people like Dlamini Zuma, Zondo, yeah, you name them. Actually, even people who are in the IEC, they have a much authority and jurisdiction, those people. And they have a say. And their say can happen even right now. All right? I think, but in ANC, I think particularly in ANC, way before the GNU, the Government of National Unity, decisions were not taken based on economic analysts and financial analysts, people who are qualified to say if you make this law or amend this law, this is the disadvantage and this is an advantage of it. I mean, what is a disadvantage? An advantage of implementing a SRD 370 grand. What is a disadvantage? What is an advantage? Do you think there were economical analysts or econometrists who were invited or who were on the parliamentary board to say, how do you see this? You know, because I think as the president, you don't have the qualifications or much broader knowledge if you start in your presidency to say, this is the law I'm amending. They are qualified people, good people that they can just think on the snap and they say, who are such a very conducive people to say, this is the law is going to work. This is the law that is not going to work. And remember, investing more in sports, it means you are investing in our future generation. Investing more in education, infrastructure, development, anything, we're investing back to our new generation. You as the president, 75 years old, 8 years old, Naledi Pando, whoever, you are there to die. We are future generation. So if you are not making a decision, economic improvement, development for us, what are you doing with billions? Cyril Ramaphosa sitting there with billions and doing what? Nothing. You're doing nothing, man. And this is why most of the blacks, when they start businesses, they fail. It's because of there is no support. There's no financial support of the government to say, hey, how much you need? 100,000. Okay, here's 100,000. Go. Start a business. Try it. You're going to try it again? Okay, come back. Here's 100,000. You see? And remember, I spoke about vouchers. You still remember. Yeah. They can just do the very same thing. Here's the voucher. Go spend it on this specific retailing that you know you're going to get a printer, you're going to get webcam, laptop, or anything. Right. South Africa in the next 5 years, how I see this, I think I'm making a closure. South Africa in the next 5 years, as long as you have unemployment and it's increasing each and every day, there is no way you're going to survive. And unemployment pursue poverty. Poverty is crime. Crime accommodate rape inside. Rape accommodate murder. And this is how we're going to live.
Yeah. Will be survival of the fittest, like any.
Hey man, I'm not laughing, man.
you talked about
Well, don't go there, man.
so 350. The way I see it,
Yeah.
I think the 350 it's all when I have a sling. Switching the give it to buy beer, and after buying beer, buy drugs, and then after buying drugs, and then not. That's how I. It's because of a conduit. You can still have a gun, too.
Yeah.
Hey,
They say, buy maize meal, eat and sleep well.
now
Every day, just eat and sleep. My guy, eat and sleep. That's it. The 150, yeah, you can afford to buy maize meal. Yeah. And what else? Airtime. And then you are done.
After
There's no change there.
that something means I cannot turn away into a rebate. You must work for it. When I took the recipe, I'm just trying to get you there in its past.
And NESPA's allowance is better because it's accommodating a lot of allowances that you are on need of them. So that one, it has many characteristics. Don't compare it. But I think 350, instead of investing in 350, why don't you take that money and give it to people who are opening up their own businesses?
350.
Yeah. Because the 350, it's eat and sleep. But the money that can be offered to you, to your business, to your own started business. Come on, Wayne. We need innovation in our country.
Okay.
But to innovate, we're going to start from investing. You see, if they're giving you 30,000 rand, they're not giving you. There's a tax in it. It's going back to them. Secondly, if your business now is successful, obviously you're going to pay something called a company's tax. It's going back to them. So the 150,
it's our way now. Why it's a lamb. And then Slings. In that case, we can know it's but then
but in closure, what are you saying about the South African economy? What do you see? Do you see danger or do you see pleasure?
I see danger. There's a lot of danger there.
Underprivileged.
When I look at it, vibe the work, but I am not sure. Got that information.
Okay.
Do you know what we're dealing? Like, ever getting dealing? When I was what I'm banally a sitting amount of family by toy.
Yeah.
I'm putting take shop or family battling to 50% against or honor give a safe.
Oh, a protection fee.
But like in nothing, who's you to get out 2
Yeah, it's a protection fee.
Exactly.
I heard about it.
South Africa.
Yes, I heard about it. A protection fee.
How long one account? Unale 50 rand. Unale rate.
It's a protection fee, man.
Just imagine into today's other country.
The reason why we have a lot of crime and is growing rapidly, the reason why we have a lot of rape, assassination, murders, the reason why we have a sabotaged economy is because of our political leaders. Secondly, this is according to the law that you amend in the education space. You as the president, how was your education from the foundation phase? This narrative of showing off money, where and when it started from the education. If you're having a 6-year-old child at home, what types of manners do you give your child? You're saying this is a valuable money. This is money and it's valuable. For you to have it in your pocket, you're gonna have to earn it. Or you just giving your daughter or your child, like your child in general, any amount of money to say go and spend. Already, it's not the money that you have already and out of sweat, already they're gonna show it, man. Already. So the psychology of manners on how you teach your children the concept of money or education in general, you will prevail someone to child money in future. And now, unfortunately, you become the president. You become the manager. You become, I don't know, because you don't know nothing about money. Like, for example, typical example, Ace Makashule.
Yeah.
He was hosting a tender from First State. Now, as we speak, he's under court. Very big case. That where are millions, man? So it comes back to my question. Your parents, what types of manners they were giving you? Starts from the education. You see? And this is why most of the children who were grown from the private school are more different from ordinary children who were growing from local schools. Secondly, is parents are educated or not. You don't know what type of parenting guidance are you giving to your child. Thirdly, the environment. Your child has friends, big influencers. Like a 7-year-old is thinking like a 23-year-old.
Yeah.
And they are involving even a crime inside. They can even steal your phone as a teacher and chat it somewhere else. You see? The type of education that we're giving our children already, those people, they prevail something else in future. The character, man, you are a criminalist. And some other people, they mask off their crime with the word of God, the Bible, The Lord is Jesus. Jesus is Lord, whatever that they say. And they mask off. And you tend to believe whatever they say. And they are cruel, man. This is why they become big scammers in the country. Because they mask their face, they mask their situation with what? In being righteousness, being religious. This is why they say most of the pastors are cruel and they are scammers. And I believe it. You see. So our country in closure, I think if you can start to invest back in our economy in terms of considering our children, considering our future generation, considering taking those people that are smoking nyaupe and any other substance abuse and accommodate them because now they feel left. There's a clip on TikTok that I saw. Such a very small child. He's a boy. And then he said that South Africa is abnormal. TikTok is entertainment and fun. And he said, South Africa is abnormal. And then the other guy in the car said, why you say South Africa is abnormal? Come on, man. How the hell, as you as the government, support rapists, criminalists, giving them like food in the prison? Why you left hobos and people who are disadvantaged, sleeping at the streets, don't give them food? Why? If you are a millionaire now, you are starting to invest, and then the more richer you become, wealthier and more wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. This is abnormal, man. This is abnormal. But then, if you can start investing in our own, we can start to grow. That's my closure.
We will grow.
That's my closure.
But it's a dream. I don't know if it will come.
Yeah, man. That's why they say South Africa is a movie, man. It's a drama.
The only country that is praise God. It's South Africa. But then,
this is why we have left out. We are not considered in heaven.
Yeah,
man.
We are in hell. We are living in hell.
And I'm out of space now. Let's shut it down. Let's shut it down. I think in the next coming episode, maybe we'll be speaking about health.
Yeah.
And how we can change our economy Because if we don't consider health, if we don't fix our infrastructure in health, the toilets, the benches, and any other things in health, health is our first priority. For you to make money, you're gonna have to be healthy in body and start to explore me. You see?
The food you eat.
Sure.
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 You see, yeah, we will.
Sure, man.
Shut up.
Shut up.